Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm trying out a new type of content here today. So starting with Cold War Season 6 and moving forward into Vanguard and other future Call of Duty games, I want to start doing challenge guides and camo guides and just stuff like that. Whether it be multiplayer challenges or season challenges or event challenges. So if that type of thing interests you, hi, my name's Heinchel. If you're watching this video, more than likely you're new here because this is my first time doing this. So yeah, like I said, if you're interested in that type of thing, consider hitting subscribe, and if this video helps you out in any way, consider leaving a like. And with that, let's get straight into it. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on Season 6 multiplayer challenges. I'm not going to be doing zombies because, as you can see, I've only done 2. I'm not really that much of a zombies player. And I'm not really going to be focusing on Warzone. You can do these in Warzone, but I'm more going to be focusing on Cold War because I don't really play Warzone. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to give as many tips as I can give, but to be honest, most of these are pretty straightforward, and there's not much I can say about a lot of these, so just keep that in mind. So the first one we're starting off here is complete a Warzone bounty contract or finish a multiplayer game with 5 or more objective kills 15 times. So obviously, this is one of those that is going to go by a lot quicker than Warzone. I personally went the multiplayer route just because I was leveling up guns and getting guns gold at the beginning of the season, but if you want to get this done fast, just go into Warzone, hop into Plunder, hop into Rebirth, and just get those bounty contracts, as many as you can, and just get them done. 100 kills with explosives. This one's pretty straightforward. Just use Semtex, use C4, use frag grenades. To be honest though, you're probably going to be better off getting most of your explosive kills with score streaks, such as the War Machine, or I think the Strafe Run also counts, and probably the Artillery also counts as one as well. You're probably going to be better off getting score streak kills for your explosive kills because most people in this game tend to run Flak Jacket. But I mean, obviously, like, still run the Semtex, still try to get Semtex kills anyway. Like, if you're playing Domination or Hardpoint, just keep spamming them on the objective and run, obviously, like I said, War Machine and other score streaks like that, and you should be able to get this one pretty easily. Rapidly earn 2 or more one-shot kills 10 times, but it does not count in hardcore, so obviously don't play hardcore. If you're comfortable and really good with sniping, obviously do that, or if you suck at sniping like I do, personally what I did was I just used the Hauer shotgun. It's pretty inconsistent. Sometimes you'll get a one-shot kill, sometimes you'll get hit markers. Like I said, obviously don't go to hardcore, but just try to be as close up as you can. Run the best attachments possible for, you know, the damage range and the extended effective damage range, and just try to make it to where you can get some one-shot kills. I did it pretty easily on Nuketown and play smaller maps. You can even play 6v6 face-off. That'll help you out for a lot of these. So yeah, snipers or shotguns is the way to go. Get 75 headshot kills with assault rifles. There's not really much to say on this one. It's pretty straightforward. Just use whatever assault rifle you're comfortable with. 250 eliminations with burst fire weapons. Once again, pretty easy, straightforward. Just use whatever burst weapon you like the most, whether it be the M16, the AUG, the Carve, or the KSP. Use lethal equipment to kill an enemy that can't see you 25 times. So this one's kind of annoying. I don't really fully understand this one, because I tried going up behind people that were not looking at me and killing them with the tomahawk, and that wouldn't count for some reason. So what I ended up doing was pretty much just playing objective modes like Hardpoint or Domination, and I would just keep spamming Semtex grenades. And I would also recommend using Danger Close, so that way you can have 2 grenades instead of 1, because like I said, most people tend to run Flak Jacket on this game, so you're going to need 2 grenades to kill most people, or you could just end up getting lucky and going against people who aren't using it. But yeah, I think the way it's worded, I think it has to be to where neither of you can see one another, like they can't see you and you can't see them. I don't know, it's pretty confusing. I don't fully understand it, but that's the way I did it. I just went in Nuketown and played Hardpoint and Domination. I just kept spamming explosives, or I also played like some of the new maps like America or Deprogram. But yeah, just keep doing that. Over time you'll eventually get it. Rapidly kill 2 or more enemies while using your spy plane or HARP or UAV for Warzone 15 times. So this one's pretty straightforward. Just run the spy plane, run the HARP, get them as many times as you can, and play smaller maps, and you should be able to get this one pretty easily. Kill 3 skydiving or parachuting enemies. So this was like the first one that I kind of had to go out of my way and play a specific mode to get. So you can really only do this in either Warzone or Fireteam if you're playing Cold War. Obviously, I don't play Warzone, and honestly, in my opinion, I think it would be easier to get this done in Fireteam, because the Fireteam maps are obviously going to be a lot smaller than the Warzone maps, and you'll have a better chance of finding people that are parachuting or skydiving. So there's a few different ways you can do this. You can either go find a really high point on the map where you can see a lot of enemies, like where you're like really high, like as far as altitude goes, and just look for enemies that are flying in near you. You can also get lucky like I did with one of my kills, and you can find someone who happens to be AFK and is just kind of floating in the air. It doesn't happen often, but if you see someone that's AFK, obviously take advantage of it. Or you can also be a dick, and at the beginning of a Fireteam game, while everyone's parachuting, you can try to shoot someone while you're also parachuting. So 3 different ways you can go about it. It's really not that hard. I got it done in like 1 game. So you only have to get 3 of them. Get 150 kills while aiming down sights with an SMG equipped with a handle attachment that improves ADS time. Pretty straightforward. Use whatever SMG you like, and just put whatever handle attachment you want. Just make sure that no matter what you pick, it has ADS time improvement. Deal 30,000 total damage. There's not really anything to say about this one. This one's just going to happen naturally over time. Get 50 kills with fire damage, so just run Molotovs. You can run score streaks such as the combat bow, napalm strikes, and obviously the flamethrower, but the flamethrower kind of sucks because flak jacket counters it pretty hard, and the flamethrower overall is just pretty weak in this game. But yeah, those are the streaks that I would recommend running. I mean, those are really the only ones that do fire damage, unless there's anything else I'm not thinking of. But that's how I did it personally, was Molotovs, combat bow, napalm, and flamethrower, obviously. Kill an enemy at long distance with a rocket fired from a free fire launcher. So the way I did this, I went into hardcore Nuketown, and there should be some footage up on screen right here. But yeah, pretty much just try to get it to where you are on greenhouse spawn, and you can do this on either side. You can either be looking from greenhouse garage or the left side spawn of greenhouse, and just wait until someone goes into the yellow garage, and that should give you a long shot with the RPG. That's the way I did it. Obviously go into hardcore. Even in hardcore, you know, flak jacket still counters the RPGs pretty easily, but I find it's a lot easier to get a kill with an RPG in hardcore rather than core. So it really only took me like 1 or 2 games. It's not as hard as it sounds. It could be kind of annoying, like, I don't know, maybe I just got lucky, but yeah, just keep doing that. That's the spot that I kept trying to go for, was garage to garage, or like left side spawn of greenhouse into yellow garage. Kill the last player alive in a fire team or squad of 3 or more players. So if you play Warzone a lot, you can probably just get this done pretty naturally. But for me, obviously I'm not a Warzone player. I had to go into fire team to do this, and it was kind of annoying. Like, it's not really like too hard. It's just in fire team, the teams are split up a lot, and you can't really tell who's on the same squad. But every time you get a squad wipe, you'll actually get a squad wipe medal at the top of your screen. And so my recommendation would just be go play Fireteam for a little bit. I had to play Fireteam for like a couple of hours to finally get this done, because I know it doesn't say it in the description, but you actually have to do this 10 times, not just 1 time. So yeah, just play some Fireteam, try to pop off, go towards the objectives. One tip I can give you is, if you're in Fireteam, try to look for loot boxes and find as many score streaks as you can, because I was able to get one really easily with a cruise missile. Or another thing you can do is, if they're spawned in on the map, try to find either a tank, or even better yet, a helicopter, the one that you actually can like pilot, because those will give you some pretty easy squad wipes. I got like 2 or 3 with one use of a helicopter, so definitely take advantage of that if you can find one. Use a proximity mine, gas mine, C4, claymore to kill an enemy who's recently used a zipline, rappel, or ladder. So the way I did this one, I went into combined arms, and I waited for the map Armada to pop up. And what I did, it was a domination. You know, like where the B flag and the D flags are, like on the middle ship, on each side of the ship. And then there's like 2 zip lines on each side of the map from like the A flag and the E flag from like the spawn ships. There's some gameplay on the screen. You should be able to see what I'm talking about. But there's 2 zip lines that go from the spawn ships to the middle ship. And I just ran proximity mines along with the perk that gives you 2 of them. And I just put 1 proximity mine on each zip line, and I literally got it within like 5 minutes of the game. It's super easy. Or if you don't like combined arms, you can also go on the new map America, and on that map there's the Burger Town building that everyone loves to go and camp on top of. And the only way to get up there, at least to my knowledge, or the way that most people go up there anyway, is the ladder. And so you could also do it that way. So use a jammer or EMP drone to jam or disable 25 enemy deployed field upgrades or score streaks. This one's pretty easy as well. Just run jammer for a little bit, go into Nuketown, or even better yet, go into 6v6 face off. Run Gearhead, that's the perk that lets your field upgrades charge faster and to where you can hold 2 of them. And if you're on 6v6 face-off, just keep spamming jammers because the maps are so tiny and the jammers take up most of the map most of the time when you put them down, and anything that the enemies put down will instantly most likely get disabled. Or if you're on Nuketown, you can also run the Engineer perk. That way you can see the field upgrades through the walls. They'll be highlighted red for you, and just go place the jammer down whenever you see field upgrades on the map. And yeah, this is pretty easy. There's really no stressing about this one. Rapidly kill 2 or more enemies while using a score streak weapon or stopping power rounds 15 times. So if you prefer Warzone, you probably can go into Plunder or Clash or whatever other game modes that they have at the time, and you can just run stopping power rounds. Or if you prefer to play Cold War, like I did all these on, you can, there's plenty of score streaks for you to use that you can get double kills with, such as the combat bow, I think, counts as one, but I personally wouldn't recommend using that. That thing kind of sucks. You can use the flamethrower, but as I said before, that's also pretty weak. Personally, what I would run, if you can manage to get all 3 in the same game, I would run the death machine, the hand cannon, and the war machine. The war machine being the best out of all 3 of those. That's how I did it, and like I said before, just play on smaller maps. Don't play 6v6 face-off for this one though, because on 6v6 face-off, score streaks are disabled. So yeah, stick with Nuketown for this one. Get 3 kills with shotguns without dying 25 times. This one's pretty straightforward. Just put on whatever shotgun you like. Just put on whichever one you're more comfortable with. Play smaller maps, play defensively, and you should be able to get this one pretty quickly. Get a kill with a primary, secondary, lethal, and score streak in the same game 15 times. So this one, it's not hard, but it's just kind of annoying. And I really don't like the fact that it's like one of the last ones that you unlock, just because it's so time consuming. So personally, as soon as you unlock this challenge, which is at level 170, I would recommend just start working on it as soon as you get it unlocked, because the 15 games that you have to do not back out of them whenever you get the kill with everything that you need, because if you back out, it will not count. They have to be 15 completed matches. Obviously, use whatever primary and secondary you want. I use the Grav and the Marshals as my secondary. For lethal, I would recommend running the Tomahawk, because that's the only piece of equipment that you can consistently get kills with without having to worry if anyone's using flak jacket or not. And then for score streaks, I would recommend just running the low score streaks like the combat bow, the RCXD, maybe the death machine or the hand cannon or the napalm strike. Just low to mid tier score streaks. That way you can guarantee yourself a score streak every game you play, and you only have to get 1 kill, so it should be pretty easy to do. Like I said, this challenge is not hard, it's just kind of time consuming, because you have to play all 15 matches, and obviously you can't do this in 6v6 face-off with the fast matches because there's no score streaks in that game mode. So yeah, just start working on this as soon as you get it unlocked. Get 3 kills without moving from one location 15 times. So I really don't like this challenge because it literally forces you to play like a bot. It literally forces you to camp in one spot. And by moving from one location, that doesn't mean just like one room on the map. Like, you literally cannot move around. Like, I think you're allowed to move like maybe 1 or 2 footsteps, and that's it. If you move like too much in between kills, this will not count. So personally, I did all these on Nuketown. There's plenty of camping spots on Nuketown, for example, like the top windows on both of the houses, the garages on both houses. There's plenty of corners to camp in by like the fence by the yellow house, or by the fence by the green house on the right side. Just find a good camping spot to hunker down and get a 3 kill streak. You got to do this 15 times. It's not too terrible. It is kind of annoying though. Just or if you're having too much trouble with Nuketown, you could also try 6v6 face off. I know there's some maps on there that have pretty good camping spots, so just whatever works for you. Just find a good map, find a good camping spot, just hunker down and just try to get those 3 kill streaks. And last but not least, earn a Fury Kill or better medal, which is basically just a 4-player multi-kill, kind of like a double kill or a triple kill. It doesn't have to be a quad feed, that's completely different. It just has to be 4 kills within a certain time. I personally got pretty lucky with this one, and I got it just with my regular weapons at the start of a game on Nuketown. Like I said, I got kind of lucky though, because the other team wasn't really that good and they just could not kill me. There's a few more effective ways of doing this one. One of them, I would recommend, if you're a good enough player and you can manage to get it, run some high tier score streaks. For example, run like the War Machine, the Chopper Gunner, the VTOL, or the Gunship, because obviously those are really powerful score streaks, and if you can manage to get those on Nuketown or whatever playlist and game mode you end up playing, you can get a Fury Kill easily. Or if you're not a good enough player, or you're just having a really hard time getting some of those high tier streaks, another thing I would recommend doing is just going into hardcore, obviously, because kills are a lot easier to gain in hardcore. There's less health. You might even have an easier time going into hardcore 6v6 face-off because the maps are smaller and it's more chaotic and it's easier to find enemies. But yeah, do any of those 2 things and you should get a Fury Kill pretty easily. And after that, that's pretty much all these Season 6 multiplayer challenges, guys. I know I didn't really show a lot of gameplay in this video, and maybe I'll change that for future videos, but the main reason was most of these challenges, as you can see, are pretty straightforward, so I didn't really see a point. I gave as many tips as I could, but if there's anything that I missed, or if you guys are having trouble with any particular challenge that I didn't cover, or you need more tips, just let me know down in the comments and I will try to get back to you and help you out as much as I possibly can. Like I said earlier, we are going to start doing more videos just like this one. Going into Vanguard, we're going to have gold gun guides, we're going to have season challenge guides, regular challenge guides, event guides. So if you guys are interested in that type of thing, be sure to hit subscribe down below. I don't know if I did it right. Yeah, anyway, so if this video helped you guys out at all and you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like or leave a dislike if you didn't. There's really no hard feelings. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.